Now that Carly has covered and discussed the different flaws associated with the possible theories about the JonBenet Ramsey murder, I will now explain why some of these theories actually make sense. As previously stated, a popular theory regarding the JonBenet murder is her father, John Ramsey, being the murderer. I will now explain why this theory makes sense. John Ramsey is the first person to discover JonBenet's body. What makes this information significant is the fact that when searching the home, John Ramsey made a beeline directly to the basement cellar. Furthermore, John Ramsey's actions after discovering JonBenet's bodies are rather suspicious. John Ramsey not only picked up JonBenet when he was told not to, but he also covered JonBenet's body with a throw blanket, which ultimately further destroyed and compromised a significant amount of the physical evidence. Linda Arndt, one of the first police officers who arrived on the scene, told ABC News in an interview conducted in 1999 that many of John Ramsey's behavior stuck out and was unusual, and she suspects that he has some involvement in JonBenet's murder. Another key theory to JonBenet's murder was the theory of an intruder being the murderer. According to Detective Lou Smith, he believes that there is evidence that suggests JonBenet was murdered by an intruder. In an interview with CNN, Lou Smith tells an interviewer, Larry King, that I think that the stun gun is one of the best clues left behind by the killer. For instance, Lou Smith discovered tracks and marks on JonBenet's back and neck that he thought that perhaps she was taken from her bed with the use of a stun gun to keep JonBenet quiet. Furthermore, another key and significant theory regarding JonBenet's death is the theory that her brother is the killer, Burke Ramsey, and the parents covered up the murder. And I will go over some points that make why this theory can make sense. One significant aspect of JonBenet's murder is the medical examiner's discovery of a severe blow to her head. Theorists speculate that this piece of evidence indicates the possibility that Burke, who was 9 years old at the time, angrily used the flashlight that was found in the house and hit his sister angrily in the head, which ultimately killed her. The second part of this theory is that her parents covered up this murder by saying it was a kidnapping. This theory is backed up by the recollection of the responding officers observing both Patsy and John Ramsey's actions and behavior. For instance, FBI Special Agent Ron Walker says, typically when you have a child murdered or a child missing, you find that the parents are wanting to be close to each other. They're consoling each other, they're supporting each other emotionally, and there was none of that going on in this house on that particular morning. The parents' unusual behavior that morning makes this theory make sense. Now that I've covered some of the theories and provided reasons why they make sense, Jordan will share about what we think truly happened to JonBenet Ramsey.